And then, yeah, okay. And then we can do sorry. What is sorry? Has anybody used that word before?
Yes.
Yeah? How would you use sorry?
Like you hit somebody and you say sorry.
Yeah, when you're sorry for doing something. It was an accident. So we can say, I am sorry to bother you, but could you tell me how to get to the bus station? Does anybody go on the bus here? You ever go on the bus? You come here on the bus, okay. So I don't know how to get to the bus, so I'm asking you, I'm sorry to bother you, but could you please tell me how to get to the bus station? What would you say? Yes, you can. Good job. Because maybe you're talking, or maybe, I don't know, in a room with other people, and I want to know how to get there. So I'm gonna say, I'm sorry to bother you, but could you please tell me how to get to the bus station? Okay.
As the teacher has been saying, there are positive and negative ways of saying things politely. Positive ways are when we use these modals of politeness, may I, can I, would you, could you. Negative politeness is when we say things like, I'm sorry, or excuse me. They sound negative because they seem to talk about a problem, but they are a way of being polite. Let me put it this way. When you ask someone for something, you are bothering them. You are disturbing them a little bit. They must listen to you, and they must do something for you. So saying, excuse me, or saying, I'm sorry, is a way of showing respect for that. It's showing that we do not intend to be a problem. We don't mean to bother them. And that is being polite in an English-speaking culture. And so we say things like, I'm sorry, or excuse me, to show respect for the other person. Now we have several different phrases that we use for negative politeness. We say things like, excuse me, or excuse me, but, and then we go on to make our request. Or we say, I'm sorry to trouble you, but, and then we make our request. Or we'll say, I don't mean to bother you, but, and then we go on and make our request. Now, when we use a negative politeness formula, we always add a polite one after it. And so we would say something like, excuse me, but could you help me? We say the negative one first, and then we say but, and then we use the positive formula. So this is how we say something. The negative politeness formula first, and then the word but joins them, and then we have the polite modal of politeness formula. So we have the negative first and then the positive. We combine them that way. Sometimes we only use the positive one by itself, as we saw in the last lesson. Now, when we know someone very well, we don't use as many modals of politeness. We don't use as many politeness formulas. But when we don't know the person well, or when it is somebody very important, we want to be more formal, more proper, and we will use more politeness formulas. We call these pillows, politeness pillows, because they make our request softer, more gentle. So with a person that you know well, you would just say, can I please use your pen? With a person that you don't know, you might say, excuse me, I don't mean to bother you, but could you please lend me your pen? we use more politeness formulas when we don't know people as well.
So we're going to do one more activity, and I'm going to give you some cards we're going to go through. And on the cards, it's going to have a situation on it where you're going to use either a negative or positive formula on it. Okay? So you're going to form what we're going to do on here. Okay? So we're going to pass those out, and then we're going to read them together. Okay. Okay. So let's each get one.
You forgot to bring a pencil to class today, and you want to
Borrow.
borrow.
How should you ask?
May I please have your pencil?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
And then you would say,
Thank you.
thank you. You're welcome. So would you like to come up, Mr. Carr?
You are in school, and you have to pass the bathroom.
Yeah, so you were in school and you have to use the bathroom. So what would you say?
May please I go to the bathroom?
Yes, you can say, may I please go to the bathroom? Or you can say, I'm sorry, but I have to go to the bathroom. May I please be excused? That would be another way you could say it. So you could say that one in different ways. You could say, can I please use the washroom? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, good job. Lena, would you like to come up and show yours? This is, you were at,
You are at
someone's house, yeah?
house and what think of what?
Yeah, so Lena is at someone's house and she wants a drink of water. So what should you say, Lena?
Can I have water, please?
Yeah? What would you say?
Would.
Could I please have some water? Would you like to come and share yours, Vika? Okay.
You are in a friend's house and your friend is playing in guitar and you would at
Turn.
turn.
So what would you ask your friend? You were at a friend's house and and your friend is playing the guitar and you want to turn.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can say, may I? Yeah, or you can say, yeah, you can say, could I please play your guitar? You can say, excuse me. Excuse me, Lena, could I please have a turn playing the guitar? Yeah, good job.
Now let's practice this a little bit together. I will describe a situation and the words will appear on the screen, and I will tell you whether you are with a friend or whether you are with someone you don't know well. And you must make a polite request in that situation. I will tell you what you need to ask for. And you must use both positive and negative politeness formulas. Remember to put the negative one first. And remember that if you don't know the people so well, you must use more politeness formulas. All right? So you must listen carefully as I describe the situation. After I describe it, I will say, pause the video, and while you pause the video, you must talk to your friend and you discuss how you would make a polite request in that situation. Remember to use both negative and positive formulas. Then when you decide what you would say, you unpause the video and you listen to the correct answer. And then we'll go on to the next situation. All right? Remember, there is not only one correct answer. There is not just one correct way to say these. So, are you ready? Let's begin. You are at a bus station and you don't know where to buy a ticket. You see two strangers talking to each other. Ask them politely to tell you where the ticket counter is. Pause the video now and discuss your answers. Excuse me, but could you please tell me where the ticket counter is? You are at your friend's house and you are very thirsty. You want to ask his parents for a drink of water. How can you do it politely? Pause the video now and discuss your answers. Excuse me, but may I please have a drink of water? Your car has a flat tire and you don't know how to fix it. You see some men nearby who don't seem busy. You don't know them, but you would like to ask them to help you. How can you ask them for help politely? Pause the video now and discuss your answers. Excuse me, I don't mean to trouble you, but could you please help me change the tire? You are at the park, and a group of children about your own age are playing football. It looks like fun and you would like to play, but you don't know them. Ask them politely if you can play. Pause the video now and discuss your answers. Excuse me, but can I play football with you? You are in a strange part of town. You must find the post office, but you don't know where it is. You see a group of people working nearby. Ask them politely where the post office is. Pause the video now and discuss your answers. Excuse me, I don't mean to trouble you, but could you please tell me where the post office is? You are in school. The teacher has given you some work to do, but you don't understand some of it. How can you ask her politely to help you? Pause the video now and discuss your answers. Pardon me, but could you please help me with my work?
So what did we talk about in class today?
We talked about
How to answer somebody, you being polite, how to we talked about the modals up here. May I please? We learned excuse me. How to use excuse me.
excuse me, can I go to the bathroom?
Yeah. So when you're interrupting somebody or you're asking, what are some other ones we talked about today? What about I'm sorry? Yeah, how do we use I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, I don't want to hit you.
Yeah. So you say, I'm sorry, maybe somebody asked you to go to the park. And you're saying, I'm sorry, I can't go today. Yeah. So you guys did a very good job today.
Well, let's wrap up. What did we learn today? Well, we learned how to collect information about ourselves or someone else on a form, and then use that information to write a letter explaining who that person is, describing them to someone else. You wrote a letter describing yourself. The students in the class wrote a letter describing their friend. Now, I hope you enjoyed hearing from each other how that went. When you described yourself to someone, you would tell them things like where you live, how many people are in your family, the things you like to do, maybe your favorite food, or a pet that you might have. So let's just take a moment and I will read you a letter that I might write describing myself to a friend. So my letter would go like this. Dear Misha, my name is Doug. I live in Winnipeg, Canada. My home is in a house. I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. Their names are Lindy, Randy, Joan, and Ellen. My favorite color is blue. My favorite food is hamburgers. I like to play guitar. My favorite sport is cross-country skiing. I have a dog for a pet. He is very small. He is a Chihuahua. I am 180 centimeters tall. My hair is brown and my eyes are hazel. This is how I might describe myself to someone else. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson. This is English Without Limits. I'm Doug Sadler, who lives in Winnipeg, Canada. Have a good day.